It is time to talk about Off Campus, y'all. Now, everything that everybody is saying about it is true, brilliant, agreed, green flags, community, great themes, blah, 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 blah. I want to talk about the writing because episode 1 is one of the best pilots I have ever seen. It's incredible. So, let's get into it. If you haven't watched Off Campus, this is going to have some spoilers, so please go watch it. It's on Prime. We have two main characters, Hannah Wells and Garrett Graham. Now, Garrett Graham is the hockey star. He's the hockey hunk. And we have Hannah Wells, who is the shy but bright, confident, lovely music major, who has a boy named Justin, who she's crushing on, and she's trying to get his attention. Now, there are a few really, really interesting things about this. When you look at... Let's start with Graham. So Garrett Graham, we see him, he's the hot athlete. He hooks up with this woman named Kendall very early on in the show. And when she expresses a desire to be his girlfriend, he's like, we've talked about this. I don't do relationships. And he also asks her why she wants to be his girlfriend, because she doesn't know his major. She doesn't know his mom's name. She doesn't know how he likes his coffee. And he's like, and I don't know those things about you either. Now, what's interesting is she gets him to leave. She's really upset. He's just completely unbothered. And as we're watching him for the first, I would say, like 30-ish minutes of the show, he's actively telling Hannah and the other women that he doesn't want relationships. Everybody knows this. That he's super upfront and clear that he is not going to put in the effort with a woman because he is not interested in a relationship. So he's not putting effort in. He's accepting attention, but he's not seeking it. He's not, he's very careful about not giving the wrong impression. And so he doesn't ask girls' names because they usually tell him. He actually says this. He doesn't get any personal information, as we've already discussed. Now, what makes this fascinating is he is the popular hot guy who is the one that all of these women are trying to get. They are doing everything they can to hook Garrett Graham. They're flirting. They're boy hot. They are just in his space and fawning. Now, we see this behavior mirrored in Hannah's interactions with Justin. Justin doesn't really know who she is. And Hannah is crushing hard on Justin. And so Hannah is coming up. She is talking to him. She's being available. She's fawning, is what Garrett says. And he's right. She's just kind of, she's no longer the confident, grounded self that she is in most of the other scenes. She's just, hey, like me. And Justin doesn't. He doesn't find her worth paying attention to, and he just kind of goes on his way. Now, obviously she's nervous, and that's fine, that's fair. But what's really fascinating to me is Hannah does not know that in this episode she starts to become Garrett's Justin. And he doesn't even know this at this point. And I don't think they're in love or anything like that. But Hannah, in the middle of the episode, winds up singing a song, and she's by herself, and she's dancing, and she's loud, and she's ridiculous, and she's cute, and she is present for herself. She is being herself. She is doing what she's doing for herself. And Garrett sees it. And she's arguably the first woman that Garrett has seen, possibly besides his mom, be herself. Fully herself, unapologetically herself. And that intrigues him. And that also helps him in that moment. And from this point on, he stops, just treating her like Garrett Graham treats women and not engaging her on any level besides, hey, I need your help. Can I pay you? And he's using her as a tool functionally for his own academic situation. From this moment, he sees her as a person. He sees her as someone worth actually getting to know. So after the game, so like right after he sees her singing and stuff like that, he's at a party and he's searching for her name. He's on Instagram. He's trying to figure out who she is. And he's trying to think of her name. He can't do it. And one of his teammates comes over, Logan, and he asks, what is her name? Logan tells him it's Hannah. And he goes and he finds her account. And not only does he find her account, he starts scrolling through the account. He starts listening to her music. This man, after 30 minutes of being rejected by her and saying, I don't find anything out about women because I don't want a relationship, he starts finding out about her because he wants to achieve his goal, and he realizes that he has to actually treat her like a person. But I don't really think that this is 100% mercenary about him. I think this is genuinely the first time where he's like, this is an interesting person. And he sees her as something besides the fluttering, fawning fangirls that he's constantly surrounded by. So he, in the final part of the episode, when he's proposing the idea, the deal, that he play Hannah's fake boyfriend so that she gets Justin and she helps him pass this class, he's telling her information that he has learned about her. He is affirming that she is a person. He's acknowledging in some ways that he was wrong to just expect her to help him and not see her as a person. And he's answering some of the questions that he couldn't answer about Kendall. And he's still saying, I don't want a relationship. But he has just crossed the threshold into he is creating a relationship with this woman in a way that he hasn't before. And a few episodes later, he says, you're my friend and you need me. He understands that they are now in a relationship. It is not a romantic relationship. It is a friendship, but that is still a relationship. And he is, from episode 1, from seeing her as a person, starts deciding that she is worth finding out about, which is huge. It's huge. So he's kind of like setting up this, you are worth me, Garrett Graham, pursuing. Now, what I love about this is not only does it show us that he's not a bad guy, but that he really knows that he doesn't want to lead women on. So he's actively, I need to make this adjustment. I do see this person, and I'm going to value this person, and I'm going to move forward, and treat her like a person and help her with her goals as well. Not only do we see that, but we also see Hannah, who's treating Garrett Graham like he's been treating everybody else. She doesn't want anything from him. She doesn't need to know his name. She already knows his name, and it's not her fault, but she knows his name. She is actively going, I don't want anything from you. You're not the person I want. I want this guy. Like, why would I care? And she's talking to him. She's very upfront. She is very confident. She's spicy, and it's great. But she's also like very clear, just like he is with all the women around him, going, I don't want you. I'm not going to help you. Why would I do that? There's no reason for me to do that. You've given me literally no reasons to do this. We don't have a relationship. There's nothing here. And in doing that, she's basically being Garrett, which is so cool because Hannah is not that character. She's not the one that everybody's fawning over. She's not the one who thinks that she is the catch, but she is. And that's the whole point. And what I love about this mirroring is it shows that what a character sees of themselves is not necessarily what the rest of the world sees. And it doesn't actually matter what the rest of the world sees, depending on who else is in the room. And you can really, really take the entire plot and condense it down to 40 minutes on screen. And you've got the entire plot of the show. The entire character arc in the show. And that's beautiful because it gives us like this tension, because it's so fast and it's such a turnaround, but it's so subtle because of course he's going to ask her name. Of course, like he still has a need that Hannah can fill. So we still need to watch the rest of the show to see how it plays out. But now, because it's just a 180, where suddenly the Garrett Graham is pursuing the Hannah, and with a different emotional charge, that shows us what we're going to get for the rest of the book, or for the rest of the TV show. I haven't read the book. But yeah, so as you're writing your stuff, where are the points where you can kind of condense the entire journey in a moment so that we get this tantalizing snack, a preview of what's happening? How can you get us excited about moving forward into the rest of our story? So for me, honestly, I'm working on getting a book published. It's supposed to come out in December. Oh, it's scary. But there's one problematic point in my story where like this relationship has to be devastating. And right now it's not, which sucks. But so I'm trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more devastating, to show like what they could have had and then what they're not going to have. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to use the off-campus perspective, because being able to condense an entire arc within such a short space and give you what you want, and then in my case having to take it away, that's actually what's going to make it worth watching and reading. So anyway, read to write, my friends. Watch to write. You can find skills everywhere. I hope everything's going well with you guys. Keep writing, and I will see you again.